How do you know they won't attack here?
Darkspawn don't think. They flow. They burst through stone, cut with their...
Stefan finally died. It was a blessing, really. He's been in so much pain since Haven. He was out of his mind at the end. He smiled, said he smelled his mother's turnip stew, and slipped away.
So, that Tevinter guy sent you into the future?
Every time I think I understand magic, the rules change.
I know, right? If I were a mage, I'd just throw fire at people.
Hi everybody, welcome to the stream.
Someone left sliced plums on the windowsill again. The juice is attracting flies. There are spiders everywhere. The plums were right in front of me, but I can't quite recall who took them.
Oh,
So, Inquisitor. It's
What's it
Inquisitor now, right? Remember that war we talked about stopping? Full of little baddies I can stick with little
Little
arrows?
baddies?
That's not a friggin' archdemon, is it? Droste, what do I step in?
I've apparently been through a lot. But yes, Corypheus was a surprise.
No, a surprise would be, oh, I stepped in dog shite. No one says, oh, a Magister God monster, I'm surprised. Impossible things aren't surprises.
I can't help if you don't explain what's wrong exactly.
It's got to be nonsense, doesn't it?
Nonsense.
We're kind of screwed if it isn't. I mean, that Corypheus thing. A Magister, right? Story is
Okay,
he
Pussy.
cracked the Golden City. But that's a hazy dream. If not, Seat of the Maker.
I have my dog
Real
on me,
thing.
by the way.
A seat needs a butt, so the Maker, real thing. Fairy stories about the start and end of the world, real things. It's too far, innit? I just want to plug the Skyhole rubbish so I can go play.
You joined to help the little people caught up in this. But do you believe or not?
Do you
In
believe?
Andraste? Of course.
But you doubt what you're seeing and hearing.
It can't be true. Even fanatics don't want to be this right. Look, I have arrows.
It's so
I can make
true.
this Corypheus believe in those.
Coryphia.
Good enough? Please be good enough.
As long as you're reliable when we go Magister hunting. Stay for whatever reason you like.
Like don't have nuts to do with it. Not when we're tracking monsters that shouldn't be. What I want is to get everything back to business as usual. A nice simple system.
If you pick the
Simple
first
problems.
option, you kind of slightly
Me
disliked
helps
it.
people, helps you. In that order. For now.
You're starting to not sound completely crazy.
I know, scary, innit? So bring 'em on. But first, food. I'm starving.
Sorry, I'm slightly raising up the volume for the game. Well, hi everybody, welcome to Dragon Age Inquisition. We're playing it. Still gotta beat the game. I did reach level 12. I did grind off cam and farm a lot. So we got a really good battle axe called Gift of the Mountain Father. And you can see you can see it's pretty good for it's a pretty good greatsword. Or not greatsword, a battle axe. A war. Yeah, battle axe, right? I did farm a lot more. I crafted armor. I did explore the map. I did beat the area where Redcliffe is at. Sorry, I keep moving the camera. My bad. But yeah, so like we got like I got some custom made armor for each of my characters. I did try to, you know, get like the better gear and shit. Game fun, but I haven't really talked to or done any of the main quests because I didn't want to level up and get better gear for.
It was an archdemon, they say.
It wasn't. Diseased, maybe.
You didn't see it. It had coloured fire.
My father saw the last archdemon. You don't know anything.
Damn. That's true, because an archdemon, the fire is way different than a regular fire. Because it's purple and it's corrupted. But the one we saw, it actually is a archdemon. Sadly, it's like, oh yeah, we got a new staff for our fellow companions in this game. So yeah, dude, I'm so white because I don't really show my skin. So like, because I'm insecure, so I don't really show the neck up basically. No, that's not what I want. Oh, let's talk to Blackwall. I haven't really talked to him at all, and I kind of feel bad. I forgot where he was at in the other one.
I've heard rumors of abandoned warden camps all over these parts. If we have time, I'd like to take a look, see if there's anything we can salvage.
Varric's friend Hawk said there were suspicions of corruption in Grey Warden ranks. Do you know anything about that?
Corruption? What sort of corruption?
Corypheus. He's been known to influence the minds of wardens.
That could very well explain why so many have disappeared.
Damn.
If this is true, then all wardens are in danger, even you. We'd better find your brothers.
I agree. If Hawk's given you an idea where to start, we should get moving immediately.
Let's talk about the Grey Wardens. You must know a lot about them.
Obviously, because he's in the fucking Wardens.
I'm afraid we're less exciting than we seem.
That's true. They're very boring, but like they're very cool in battle. Like they could get very interesting during the Blight, but after a Blight, it's kind of like, I suppose, but still. By the way, happy holidays, everybody.
How do the wardens deal with archdemons?
Short answer. Stick it with swords until it stops moving.
Can be that simple.
Wardens are in all the stories. If it was that easy, anyone could do it.
No, it really is that simple. Just because the archdemon is magic doesn't mean it can't be killed with swords. It just has to be a Grey Warden sword. Look, it's not the killing blow that's the problem. It's getting the dragon to the point where it's vulnerable, where it actually can be killed.
He is hiding the secret, though.
For that, I'm afraid.
So basically, whoever killed the archdemon will die, and the when you kill an archdemon, the archdemon's soul goes into the person who kills the dragon, or the archdemon in general. The final blow will actually be the one who died. So it's like a sacrifice. So it's also a secret too that they don't tell anyone about it. So Blackwolf he didn't want to tell us because he knows about it, and it's also forbidden to tell other people if you're a Grey Warden. We've been told about this in Dragon Age Origins, so by another character. He reminded me a lot of Shroud. I'm pretty sure it's probably the same voice actor, but he looks exactly like him, dude. I don't know why. Like, what the fuck?
The Blight's been over for 10 years. What do wardens do when the
It's pretty cool,
world's
though.
not ending?
Be a warden is fun.
Spawn. Just because we killed so many in Ferelden doesn't mean they're gone. And the world is not so peaceful that there's no use for good men with swords. Sometimes you have to figure out for yourself what the pledge to protect others really means. It's not always about just archdemons and blights.
Where were you during the Blight?
I was in Ferelden, on my own like always. Quietly killed my fair share of Darkspawn too.
You haven't had contact with other wardens for a while. Why were you on your own?
It's what I've always done. Recruitment only requires one man. Besides, I've always been a loner. Works best for everyone that way.
Let's continue this at another time.
Let's continue this on another time.
Here if you need me.
Finally, a place for the horses. I forgot about the Ferelden horses.
Oh shit. Wait, did I let people in? The fuck? Oh yeah, I'm trying to talk to every important every character in the port, so I can like you know, get dialogue you know, so you guys can know the characters as well. The crew in Dragon Age Inquisition is a very interesting crew. I like them a lot.
How is a place like this ever lost?
I think low-key Solus eyed this area, hit it until like, because how the fuck does he know about this fortress, right? I think he hit it, like he knew about it.
Inquisitor, I've found where the Red Templars come from. They're in full redoubt. The Knights were fed red lyrium until they turned into monsters.
Monsters
took over after their corruption was complete.
Oh, not Samson.
How do you know
dude.
Samson?
He was a Templar in Kirkwall.
Dragon Age 2.
Until he was expelled from the Order. I knew he was an addict, but this... Red lyrium is nothing like the lyrium given by the Chantry. Its power comes with a terrible madness.
The Red Templars swarming Haven were proof enough.
We cannot allow them to gain strength. The Red Templars still require lyrium. If we find their source, we can weaken them and their leader.
Their source?
I like finding the Red Templars' vulnerabilities before fighting them head on.
We'll need every advantage against what courses through their veins. Caravans of red lyrium are being smuggled along trade roads. Investigating them could lead to where it's being mined. If you confront them, be wary. Anything connected to Samson will be well guarded.
Right, slightly louder. It's good volume, but audio. But I want to make it like a little bit louder. Oh, this is. We could choose his faith right here and there.
As leader of the Inquisition, there's something I must tell you.
Whatever it is, I'm willing to listen.
Right. Thank you. Lyrium grants Templars our abilities, but it controls us as well. Those cut off suffer. Some go mad, others die. We have secured a reliable source of lyrium for the Templars here. But I no longer take it.
You stopped?
When I joined the Inquisition. It's been months now.
Why are you doing this?
After what happened in Kirkwall, I couldn't. I will not be bound to the Order, or that life any longer. Whatever the suffering, I accept it. But I would not put the Inquisition at risk. I've asked Cassandra to watch me. If my ability to lead is compromised, I will be relieved from duty.
Are you in pain?
I can endure it.
Fuck, I don't know. My earphones are just busted. Sorry. So, if you guys don't know, Templars, what they use is lyrium. This thing called lyrium. It's usually what mages use to use their spells and stuff. To, like, you know, regenerate the skills faster. And I remember. Sorry, I'm not trying to take a picture or anything. I'm trying to fix my phone. And so Templars use lyrium to help their abilities to be stronger and be more effective. But what's really bad is that if you're not a mage, it can be highly addicting, like crack. and coke and all that stuff. So it can really damage you. So if you do it and you stop, you will have insane lyrium withdrawals, and it's insane. It's really bad, and there's different ways, and whatever you choose will affect calling. If you tell them to use it or not use it, right, it will affect them, and then in the end of the game, it will tell you what happened to him after during his delirium addiction. You could tell him to keep using it, not using it, but if you have a romance with them in this game, this situation, it's 10 times. It's very dramatic, but it's interesting. It's very interesting. But since he knows more and I kind of don't, it's been a while. I'm gonna set down. I respect your decision.
Thank you for telling me. I respect what you're doing.
Thank you, Inquisitor. The Inquisition's army
He
must
knows-
always take priority.
He knows what's best.
Should anything happen, I will defer to Cassandra's judgment.
So, let's go talk to Cassandra. I don't take fall damage, which is cool.
When I reached down, my dagger was gone.
My dagger.
Know where I found it? In a barrel. The thing was filled to the brim with daggers. Got the strangest feeling. I know.
Inquisitor, huh? Well, you've got the fortress for it. Speaking of which, when you've got a second, there's something I want to show you.
Want to show me something?
What did you want me to come see?
Here, come on. I'll show you.
What the fuck? The bull's gonna make me ride the bull.
Why am I dressed like this?
You'll see. Come on. It'll be worth your time. I
I'm
promise.
the only QUNARI as a leader. How am I camouflaged?
Evening. Iron Wolf. My merc band just joined up.
Tanner. I'm from Jader.
Damn, she's old as
Neo
fuck.
Jader.
Mira.
Holy shit, she's old as shit.
Signed on after shit blew up at
How
the
the fuck
conclave.
they let you in the army?
Share a drink. Who's your friend?
This is Grim. He doesn't talk much. So, you ready to kill some demons? Or Venatori? Or whatever that Corypheus asshole is?
This isn't just about killing. We're helping the Inquisitor save the world and build
She's
the
like,
next empire.
she's like grandmother.
Well, long as I get paid, I'm happy. That's why I signed up.
I just couldn't spend my whole life on a farm. Needed to live a little, you know.
What about you, Mira? Why'd you join up? I thought you were serving some noble.
I saw what happened at Haven. The Inquisitor staring down that monster and his archdemon. I don't sing the chant of light as much as I should. But you can't see something like that and not believe.
So she's telling me I got balls.
The drink. I know every soldier under my command. You don't have that option, but a few faces might help.
You made it sound like you didn't like the Inquisition.
People don't always tell the truth when you're polite. You've got to poke them a bit.
But those two soldiers might think you're an asshole.
So?
So?
It was good to get their perspective.
Yeah. Sounds like we could use an easy win for boys like Tanner. And vets like Mira have seen enough to be wary. You've got a good army coming along. Remember that. No matter what comes next.
That's pretty cool. So I'm like talking to every companion of main important characters in this game.
Something is troubling me, Inquisitor. Liliana is receiving reports of mages becoming possessed, Templars going rogue.
No one is dealing with these matters. I was hoping we might, before they get worse.
We can certainly look into it.
I will mark these incidents on the map as I learn of them, Inquisitor. And I would be pleased to accompany you if and when you investigate.
Do you have any advice for me?
Tell that demon, what does it call itself? Cole. Tell it to leave. He may not mean harm, but that does not mean he will not harm us. Spirits are not creatures to take at face value. Be cautious with him, Inquisitor.
Damn.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Like 50-50 people don't like him just because he is a demon trapped in a human body. Nice. So, anyways, yeah, so I am level 12 now. I think last time I streamed this, I was like level 5. So I did some farming, I did some grinding to get better gear, like I said at the beginning of the stream. I got one of the best two-handed great sword at level 10 right now. Just right now. So it's pretty cool. Ooh, excuse me. Fuck.
Corypheus is back. Oh, shit.
What is he?
You said he was a darkspawn or a magister. What is he really?
I'm not sure. I don't think Corypheus really knows either. He's definitely a darkspawn, but when we found him, it was pretty obvious he hadn't heard that. He thinks he's a magister, a priest of Dumat, in fact. He says he broke into the Golden City, like in the Chantry tale.
If you and Hawk defeated him once, we can do it again.
We didn't just think Corypheus was dead. He was dead. No pulse, no breath, full of stab wounds. There wasn't a lot of room for doubt. It makes me wonder. I thought the Wardens imprisoned Corypheus to use him. Maybe they did it because he can't be killed.
Damn. That's probably true. They probably like trapped him in, so like they probably thought he cannot be killed. So like, fuck, let's just trap him in there.
How did you and Hawk even wind up in a Grey Warden prison for ancient darkspawn?
Corypheus sent people after Hawk. He actually got control of an entire Carter clan. Made them drink darkspawn blood. Weird shit. We tracked the Carter to an old dwarven fort or something in the mountains. Of course, it turned out to be a trap. They needed Hawk's blood to open the locks holding Corypheus, and they drew us into the prison to get it.
There has to be a way to defeat Corypheus. We'll find it, don't worry.
I look so cool. I look so buffed out in that suit.
You're right.
I'm like, don't worry.
Maker's breath, what have I let loose?
This isn't your fault.
You had nothing to do with this, Varric.
I was the one who led Hawk to Corypheus. If I hadn't tracked the Carter to that ruin.
I know this
But
will
you've
happen.
got more important things to do than listen to me worry. Just let me know when you
It's
want
true though.
something
If he didn't help Varric, a Hawk go there, none of this would have happened. He would still be trapped.
Inquisitor?
But eventually Hawk would still be attacked though. Be wild. Oh, let's talk to Josephine. Because I do want to drive romancer with this character. Hello.
And what else did Lady Forsythia say? That she'd rather drown herself than help the Inquisition. Anything else? She said she'd have us flogged alive if we allied with her brother. That does sound like her. Cheer up, Josie. We at least have her attention. You always do find the brighter side of things. We are in the midst of cementing an alliance with Lady Forsythia of Navarra, Your Worship. It's become a somewhat delicate task.
Should I post more guards outside your room?
That should be unnecessary, Inquisitor. I dissuaded her from sending soldiers when she learned we'd struck an accord with a brother she's feuding with. Lady Forsythia simply employs a colorful manner of speech.
Dealing with so many demanding, strong-willed people can't be easy.
It's no less intense than my days at court, Inquisitor, I assure you. But I confess I do miss my staff from the embassy in Antiva. It was always useful to discuss the day's visitors with them.
I have time, if you'd like to review things with me.
I wouldn't wish to impose.
If it were imposing, I wouldn't have offered.
Well,
Shit.
I admit
True.
there are a few potential alliances it would be good to discuss. Right on the parlor floor, in front of everyone at the soiree. Who does such a thing in front of their guests?
The Duke of Kellington, apparently.
And then there's Cole's lurking. It frightens our guests half to death. Lord Gennar still won't respond to our letters.
Bless you.
And Sarah,
My dog
can she not
sneezed.
find a single overshirt without mustard stains on it? Then there's Dorian. The man refuses to take anything seriously unless it suits its whim. Not to mention... Oh goodness. Have we been here an hour already?
It went by so quickly, I didn't even notice.
You're far too polite. I didn't intend to go
She
on
sounded like she
for-
enjoyed that quite a bit.
Making quite the gossip.
Spending time with such an engaging woman is never unpleasant, Lady Montillier.
Damn.
Goodness. I'm glad I haven't wasted your day. Well, I've taken up quite enough of your time already.
It would still be interesting if you could romance Liliana in this game as well as the first game does. Because the only way you could romance Liliana is that you gotta play the first game, and that's her younger self. Like I consider maybe like her early. I don't know how old she was in the first one. I'm guessing maybe early 20s. Holy shit! I totally forgot. I made it like this. It's a true QUNARI bit. I did try to make it more of a QUNARI theme, since my character is since I am role playing as a QUNARI. But yeah, so it would have been interesting to romance Liliana and Inquisition. It could have been hard as fuck to do it too if they wanted to. Like certain ways, certain conversations with her, the way you pick, you know. Like I understand that. Like right now, she's like now during these times, she's a master spy master. She's you know, she's a master of spies basically. And now let's judge people. Holy shit! Boing. I look very uncomfortable in that state. Looks weird.
This was a surprise. After you return from the bogs, we discovered this man attacking the building with a goat. Chief Movran the Under. He feels slighted by the killing of his Avar tribesmen, who repeatedly attacked you first. What should we do with him? Where should he go?
He looks ashamed with throwing that goat. With a goat?
You answered the death of your clan with a goat?
He laughs.
A courtroom? Unnecessary. You killed my idiot son, and I answered, as is my custom, by smacking your holdings with goat's blood.
Don't look at me.
No foul. He meant to murder to vengeance, but got feisty with your Inquisition. A red-headed mother guarantees a brat. Do as you've earned, Inquisitor. My clan yields. My remaining boys have brains still in their heads.
I don't know. He could go in that... What's it called?
Damn it, I did not mean to pick this one.
Chief Mofran. He'll be placed in a gibbet.
Gibbet?
Fuck, I thought I was questioning him. Oh, me. Oh wait, I think I saved it after Josephine. So technically I can redo it, right? Yes! Yes! Oh yeah. Alright. I just try this again. I fucked up hard on this one. I was gonna like, should I just? I'm curious if we set him off to the Venter. I wonder if we're gonna meet him again as the in Dreadwolf. I'm gonna think about it. Oh, this is a dragon's head, I believe. I use as a throne because I thought it'd be more warrior theme like for my character.
This was a surprise.
So now we're redoing this
After your
part.
return from the bogs, we discovered this man attacking the building with a goat. Chief Movran
Still funny the second time.
He feels slighted by the killing of his Avar tribesmen, who repeatedly attacked you first. What should we do with him? Where should he go?
This is actually horns.
You answered the death of your clan with a goat?
A courtroom? Unnecessary. You killed my idiot son, and I answered, as is my custom, by smacking your holdings with goat's blood.
Don't look at me.
No foul. He meant to murder Tevinters, but got feisty with your Inquisition. A red-headed mother guarantees a brat. Do as you've earned, Inquisitor. My clan yields. My remaining boys have brains still in their heads.
Exodus? Oh, Exodus? Wow, hello. Well, hello to you too. Hopefully I pronounced your name right. How's the game going? The game's going, pretty well. I love it. I forgot how great this game really is. Long as fuck, too. I had to, level off cam, or off stream, so I can, like, get better gear and stuff, and farm stuff. I'm a warrior. Why not?
It seems our conflict was accidental, Chief Movran, but it can't be repeated. I banish you and your clan, with as many weapons as you can carry, to Tevinter.
My idiot boy got us something after all.
Damn, everybody improves. God damn. Yeah, I'm curious if we're gonna see him in the next Dragon Age game. I'm pretty sure we might. We probably just talk to him, and then he'd be like, and I'm like, what? And he's like, and I'm like, okay. Oh, I haven't talked to Solus at all since we got to Skyhold. Whoopsies. Yeah, no, I think this is where Dorian's at. Jesus Christ.
I am to serve as assistant to any research concerns. You'll find my skills are exceptional.
But playing as a QUNARI though is really fun.
You're taking over the duties of Meneve?
Yes. A death provided the vacancy.
Oh yeah, I
am
forgot she
told
died.
There are many who will miss her. My skills will ensure that you do
I didn't
not
save
miss
her.
Ability.
How can you serve the Inquisition?
How could you serve the Inquisition?
In the research of all creatures.
So I didn't know that. I didn't knew this until it happened.
What makes you particularly qualified?
So basically, if you help the little dwarf girl in the first game to study ruins and magic, and if your blacksmith dude dies in this game, she replaced him, and she's really cool though. Like, you learn more about her. But since I saved him, he's not getting replaced by her. I don't think he is. Maybe she shows up later, but if not, then I guess like you don't let that dude die, then she won't show up to replace him. Which sucked, but it is like a pretty cool it's pretty cool, a throwback from the first game, which I like about a lot.
You were made tranquil?
You were made tranquil?
I am tranquil.
I am a QUNARI warrior, two-handed. I never really roleplay as a QUNARI in this game before. I think it's really cool to play as a QUNARI because it's really funny, and like the dialogue you get, the reactions of people like, "Oh, you're a QUNARI, but you're the hero of Adraste, which QUNARIs don't believe in." And it's like, dude, I'm a mercenary, bitch. What do you mean? And it was
as you were.
Yes, Inquisitor.
Oh, shit. Sorry, that was gross. That was really gross for me. Run in the research. Ooh, my influence went up to 6. Yeah. Dorian, where are you? I think he's up. Oh, I think okay. Dorian.
Brilliant, isn't it? One moment you're trying to restore order in a world gone mad. That should be enough for anyone to handle, yes? Then, out of nowhere, an archdemon appears and kicks you in the head. What? You thought this would be easy? No, I was just hoping you wouldn't crush our village like an anthill. Sorry about that. Archdemons like to crush, you know. Can't be helped. Am I speaking too quickly for you?
Yeah, you can romance with them too. I'm not gonna romance them. Have I played Elden Ring? Yeah, I played Elden Ring before. I streamed it. Yeah, and I know about Sekiro as well. I don't know if I want to play Sekiro on stream. I never played it. It looks fun, but I really suck ass at Elden Ring type games.
The attack was unexpected. We're all rattled.
I'm not.
And I just suck ass with it. I did stream Elden Ring a while ago. But I was getting annoyed by it, and I keep dying. And the more I die, the more frustrated I get. The more frustrated I get, I was not having fun. And if I'm not having fun, then the stream's not gonna be great. So I stopped streaming Elden Ring for a while. I might come back to it though. I don't hate it or anything. I think it's a great game. I just suck at it.
A dark spawn.
Like, I really suck at Dark Souls games, but with Elden Ring, I'll come back to it probably on stream. I just want to like probably dick around in that game as well. All I did was went straight to the boss. I didn't really try to level up or anything. So that's my fault actually. It's my fault for not leveling up first. Because I know I just went straight through to try to fight the first boss, which is probably a bad idea. But I think I did try to beat him. What? Not the first boss, was it? Was it? I don't remember. It's been a while. But I had an issue with the boss, but then I replayed it like a few days ago, and then I was kind of kicking his ass, and then I died in the first round. I was like, I think I probably could win. I think I'm a little bit better now. I think my awareness is better.
Who does the Imperium say started the Blight?
You know how
if you're looking for a story-driven game,
they say Darkspawn were always
Sekiro might be not the game for you. You're looking for.
Is that a surprise? No one wants to admit.
Sekiro doesn't have a great storytelling game. I thought it does.
Is one of the
it's about samurais, no?
City, and he's Darkspawn.
Darkspawn.
What other explanation is there?
He could be lying. I mean, why would he lie though? He's a villain. He's like, yeah, I'm a villain, bitch. I'm the first guy who became the Darkspawn, who touched the Golden City and got corrupt, and started the whole Blight.
Why does that make you angry?
Because the Imperium is my home.
Oh.
I knew what I was taught couldn't be the whole truth, but I assumed there had to be a kernel.
I didn't know Sekiro didn't have a good story. I thought it did.
It was us all along.
I heard it was like
We
the most
destroyed the
perfect
world.
Dark Souls game out there. One of the perfect games out there, apparently. I didn't know it had a shitty story. Should I play it in Spanish? If I play Sekiro, should I put the language in Spanish and to see what happens? And piss off like 80% of the fans. They're like, "Why are you playing Sekiro in Spanish?" I said you should play in Japanese. Japanese. And I'm like, "Nah, bro, Espanol." I mean, I heard it in Spanish. I mean, like, shit, it sounds really good. It sounds really good. Like, the voices are so deep. They're like, "Hola," and it. I don't know. I don't know Spanish much, but I could learn more Spanish by playing Sekiro.
You didn't do anything. Those men did. 1,000 years ago.
True, except that one of them is
Or
up and
was he
walking
actually
around right
there?
now. Not to mention, I have idiot countrymen who would happily follow him down that path again. No
Look at how my
will thank
mustache
me,
like him.
whatever
I just had to
happens.
like trim it to and
No
go.
one will thank you either. You know that,
But I
yeah?
would just look like a creep or like a weird Italian man, which I'm not. I'm an Italian, am I in? Nobody knows that. No one likes the blah blah blah. I don't neither.
We don't know what will happen. Nobody does.
An optimist! Such a rare breed. I've stumbled upon a unicorn.
Oh.
All I know is this.
Alright, that makes
Erythius
sense.
needs to be stopped. Men like him ruined my homeland. I won't stand by and let him ruin
Fucking
the
god, I
world.
thought. Oh my god. I was touching. I was like, what the fuck am I touching? It was my dog's
And
foot. Or paw.
congratulations on that whole leading
And
the
I thought it was
Inquisition
something
thing, by
else.
the
And I was like, fuck. No. So I looked, and it was just his foot just hanging off, and I was just hitting his little paw just for fun. I'm like, alright. I was gonna apologize to him either way. I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. That was your foot. It was his foot.
Anything
Or
interesting?
paw. Whatever.
A letter regarding Felix, Alexius' son. He went to the magisterium, stood on the Senate floor and told them of you. A glowing testimonial, I'm informed. No news on the reaction, but everyone back home is talking. Felix always was as good as his word.
Was?
He's dead.
Oh.
The blight caught up with him.
Oh yeah, the blight? Oh shit. No wonder. So if you don't know who Felix is, we helped he gave us a sign, or he felt on us to give us a letter, and he warned us about his father, of him being in a bad crowd. And this is the guy, Felix. This is the other guy's son. So he told us what was happening. We streamed it, obviously. And I didn't he told us he was sick, but I didn't know what he had. So he had the blight, dude. Fuck. That sucks.
Are you alright?
He was ill, and thus on borrowed time anyhow.
It doesn't mean you can't regret his death.
I know. Felix used to sneak me treats from the kitchens when I was working late in his father's study.
Oh.
Don't get into trouble on my behalf, I tell him. I like trouble, he'd say. Tevinter could use more mages like him. Those who put the good of others above themselves.
Were the two of you...
Felix and I? What an odd question. No, I had no intention of abusing Alexius's hospitality.
So they
by
focus on more of the combat than the
Not
story.
that I've been proper my whole
That makes
life by
sense. I heard the combat is a lot more
wasn't like
fun.
that.
In the
Even
story.
in illness,
That's
Felix was the
interesting.
best of us. With him around, you knew.
I was gonna say, if the story is shit, then how did people like the game so fucking much? You know what I mean? I'm like, it has to be the combat. Alright. That kind of sucks though a little bit. I mean, it's like the story is kind of bland, but like the combat is amazing. I mean, it could have done like very sorry, I'm trying to like stretch here. I'm a little stiff, like a stiff penis. But like, well, what was it talking about before then? All right, never mind. Sorry, but
You make it sound like he was a better person than you.
What a mad thing to say. Few
are you
people are
mod?
better than I. Very well, a better person, clearly, not nearly as handsome.
I keep belching.
Thankfully, Felix wasn't the only decent sort kicking around Thedas.
I guess he already accepted his death.
I'm told you have Alexius researching magic for you. Research
Yes.
is always what made him happiest. Perhaps I'll even go talk to him eventually. One word of advice. If he suggests altering time as a way to solve all your problems, give it a pass.
It occurs to me that I barely know anything about you.
Beyond my being a mage from Tevinter, you mean?
Beyond that, yes.
And beyond my being so charming and well-dressed, which is obvious to anyone.
You certainly think highly of yourself.
It's true. I could be more modest, but I'd be lying.
Modest.
Now, what was I talking about? Ah, yes, me. I am the scion of House Parvis, a product of generations of careful breeding and the repository of its hopes and dreams. Naturally, I despised it all. The lies, the scheming, the illusions of supremacy. That's Tevinter in a nutshell, isn't it? Needless to say, my family was not
Sum
happy
up
with
of
my
Sakira's story without spoiling it. I mean, if you spoil it to me, I'll probably forget everyone fucking names, and I'll probably forget within an hour.
Why would your family be upset
100%.
with your choices?
I'm not very. I don't remember well of Sekiro. All I know is a samurai game. That's like a Dark Souls game.
in luxurious despair, despising each other as I
Person
waited
is
to take my
found.
father's place in the magisterium. I declined the honor, and thus
Wait, isn't that little
I'm far
child your fucking
Less of an
master or whatever? I mean, I did see the
I'm getting the impression you don't care much for your homeland.
not getting
I care for my
Super
homeland
Mega
a great
by
deal.
Sekiro. That shit was funny.
So much potential. Sadly, we squander it. We refuse to acknowledge how far we've fallen because pretending is easier. We pretend the QUNARI can be beaten. We pretend that we're superior to everyone, even our own people. Not everyone feels that way.
Well, thank you, Axe. I do appreciate you giving me the summary of what the game is. I do appreciate it though. I did read all of it. I didn't want to read that loud because my reading right now is fucking awful. But I did read it to myself, so thank you.
It just seems so much.
I'll give it a shot, maybe.
Imperium is
I don't know. I thought about streaming it while when it came out, first came out.
For all our faults,
I was thinking about maybe streaming like each Dark Souls like games and see how far I can go. I know that Demon Souls is supposed to be the easiest game out there, just because of it was more like a testing game. Like they want to see what's testing the mechanics, and certain bosses are good for certain mechanics and stuff like that. So I heard Demon Souls is pretty easy as fuck. It's like a baby route, I guess. That's what I've heard. Like the training wheels, and then like I heard Dark Souls 2 is fucking awful because I forgot why. I think the FPS on it was really bad. I think it was 30 and not 60, and it was just bad. And then like there was more problems with it, and I forgot what it was. Was it the bosses or was it too easy? I forgot what it was. I think it was just way too easy.
What did you mean by generations of careful breeding?
The great families of Tevinter don't have children. They refine traits, weed out the undesirable, and promote the rest. My mother was chosen for my father because magic runs strongly in her blood. Never mind that they loathed each other.
It's 1 a.m. Holy, where you're at? Holy fucking dude, where the fuck are you? Alright, later, Axe. Anyways, later, man. Thank you for stopping by the way. Hope you have a good day. Dude, it's like 2 p.m. where I'm at.
Why remain with the Inquisition? Why not go back to Tevinter?
I'm not exactly welcome back home. Not that it matters, I'm quite accustomed to being a pariah. It adds to my charm. I can do more for Tevinter here. If the Venatori succeed, it'll set my homeland back 1,000 years. I'm sure some magisters would disagree, but that's why we kill them.
I think I've heard enough.
That's too bad. I never tire of talking about myself.
Oh my god.
You said Alexius was a mentor of yours.
He was my patron, sponsoring me to the higher levels of the Circle of Magi. In return, my successes were his. I had a lot of successes, naturally. Alexius was most pleased. He and I used to talk over brandy about the corruption.
Brandy?
How we could one day make real change in the Imperium. Then
Yeah, I was more surprised that
he stopped trying.
my God of War stream was a big success.
Why did he give up?
On a journey to Hosburg, a darkspawn raid killed his wife and sickened his son.
Oh.
I remember hearing the news. He hadn't been there, you see. Alexius was convinced
Darkspawn
he could have
attack.
protected them. The guilt tore him up. I helped him with his research for a while, and then we drifted apart.
That must have been difficult.
Back then, I was furious. I told him to snap out of it, move on. I thought I had all the answers. Later, I regretted my hasty words. But we didn't speak again until he approached me for the Venatori. Too much pride, I suppose. Plus, I was busy drinking.
Of course.
One must have priorities.
I think you felt guilty.
I don't think that's it. You felt guilty because you couldn't help him.
Clever you. I had a choice, you see. Wallow in self-pity or get away while I could. At any rate, he's fallen so low, I doubt he'll ever get up. Sad, really.
Yeah, we could have killed him. But now, since we know more about his backstory, that his wife was killed by Darkspawn, and then his son was wounded by a Darkspawn, and that's how he got sick. Because the Darkspawn, the blood is so tainted that it's like, it's basically poison, and it will slowly kill you. You can see it like slowly killing you, is weakening you. And the best way is to cure it is to become a Grey Warden, or die a slow death, painful death, or you could get someone to kill you with mercy, because it's gonna be a very painful, slow death. How do we talk about the Imperium?
I'd like to ask you about Tevinter.
Ah, yes. Everyone outside the Imperium always seems quite fascinated by it.
I am.
Probably why they come up with so many ridiculous tales. Flying cows over Minrathous. That's madness. All right, that one's actually true, but the cows didn't have wings. I digress. Anything in particular you wanted to know?
Cows can fly into Venter. Are we gonna see flying cows in the next game? Yo. I need to learn this
That an entire empire would be ruled
so we can know more about the next game.
Strange that your mages don't rule anything at all.
Actually, the fiction in the Imperium is that mages don't rule. The Magisterium rules. That magisters are all mages is considered a convenient technicality.
What is the Magisterium, exactly?
The upper house of the Imperial Senate, and the only part worth having a seat on. Those seats are split among the circles of Magi, the Chantry, and the major families. All mages now. It's odd that outside the Imperium, you use Magister like it applies to every Tevinter mage.
What are you then?
If you're not a Magister, then what are you called? No special title?
I'm an Altus, which is almost as good as a Magister, depending on who you ask.
I've never heard of an Altus.
Upper class. Those families who trace descent from the Dreamers, the first prophets of the old gods. If you're a mage and you're not Altus, then you're later. Lower class.
Huh.
If you're not a mage at all, you're Soperati. That's everyone else. We do love our fancy words.
Interesting. So we'll probably hear those words a lot more within the next game. So there's noble mages, and then there's lower class mages. That's very interesting. So I wonder in the next game, since they said this will be your story, so I'm guessing they could give us more. I guess like how Origins did it with their character selection, how you could choose a noble human or a mage So you could go to the Circle of Magi or you become a noble. When this, I wish like you could have just been like a casual dude, but nope. But oh well. But in I guess for the new one, maybe we'll play as a noble mage, or maybe even a low class mage. So kind of interesting.
I thought the Archon ruled over the Imperium.
Well, yes.
I'm very curious about that though.
It can overrule laws passed
I don't know.
by
The next
Magisterium,
Dragon is going to be pretty. I hope. I think it's.
He gets to appoint new magisters, which means
I mean,
all
this
the
game was
families buy massively
insanely
in
good.
favor.
Better than 1 and 2.
Archon gets invited to all the parties. The truest path to Tevinter influence, let me tell you.
If it's a fiction, that means mages do rule, then.
Yes. And let me put it this way. Mages do rule, but not all mages are equal.
Oh.
If you're not from the right family, chances are
Already
you don't rule
talking
anything.
about this.
Maybe you're even a slave. The idea that anyone could be a mage, however, keeps the masses placated.
Can anyone be a mage?
Technically, the potential runs mostly in bloodlines, but it's been known to happen.
Oh.
More importantly,
So you could get. So you don't have to be
Tevinter
a
legend
fully.
is chock full of mage heroes from humble origins.
Have to have a bloodline as a
So
mage.
they hold out hope.
That's interesting, actually. So you, out of nowhere, you could be shooting fire out of your fucking fingertips or out of your asshole.
Don't realize that means he'll be a quaestor
That's
at the
insane.
arse end of the 100.
So it can happen. It's just rare to become a mage. But if the only way that you can become a mage is that it has to be like a bloodline, like a mages, like a strong family bloodline of mages. Each or each, yeah, like each kid will have like a maybe be a mage, or their kids will be a mage too. Genetics. That's interesting.
Being a quaestor isn't a good thing.
I imagine the average non-mage likes to think so. Counting numbers,
I'm a
and
non-mage.
shuffling papers all day is
I was
better
in
than many
Dragon Age
occupations
2.
after all. If
That's
you're a
a-
second-class citizen among a pack of
God damn
piranha,
it.
however,
Oh.
your outlook changes.
Alright, never mind. I keep thinking he's repeating his conversations.
Of course.
Of course. Alright. It's confirmed. Is Blood's mage? Alright. Alright, one more question.
Just how often is blood magic used there?
Oh, not at all.
What? Not at all.
That's what any magister would tell you. They'd be convincingly offended by the notion too. Of course, what people call blood magic here and what we consider blood magic are two different things.
What's considered actual blood magic in Tevinter?
Blood magic isn't inherently dangerous. Using your own blood or that of a willing participant, what's the harm? The problem is that what's permitted only gives
Using your
you
own
so
blood.
much power. And what if you need more? You always need more. That's where we get into sacrifices and demon summoning. None of that is done. Not officially. Behind closed doors, it's a different story. Real blood magic can give you an edge, a leg up against your opponents. It's safe to assume that any mage of rank does it. The rest are quietly shut out of power, to put it bluntly.
You'd think the Templars would object.
I imagine they did, long ago. Once their investigations might have been sincere.
Someone's conversation.
Cut off. Too inconvenient.
There's someone's
Nowadays,
story.
only the friendless are accused. Most of them probably innocent.
No one disagrees.
There must be some mages who oppose this.
Of course. I do. And I'm not entirely alone. Occasionally, there'll be a magister who makes noise. And then the reform talk begins. All very patriotic. Meanwhile, that magister will be quietly shunned. Chances are, surprise, it's learned he was a Maleficar all along. Most learn to keep quiet. Me? I enjoy the allure of pariahhood.
And that'll be it.
That's all I wanted to know.
Fair enough.
That's enough.
I should go.
You know where I'll be.
Kicking my ass. But I'm ever. Let's talk to. Let's go talk to the other boring character, Soulless. But he's very interested at the same time.
As I explored the Fade, I felt the presence of an intriguing artifact in the hinterlands. If you are willing, I would like to locate it. I have marked its location as best I could determine.
I'd like to know more about you, Solus.
Why?
Why?
You're an apostate, yet you risked your freedom to help the Inquisition.
Not the wisest course of action when framed that way.
I appreciate the work you're doing, Solus. I just wanted to know more about you.
I am sorry. With so much fear in the air. What would you know of me?
Okay. Okay. The background is kind of obvious. These are wolves. And I think this is a symbol of the Dread Wolf. And I think they're hinting.
Have you always traveled and studied alone?
Not at all. I have built many lasting friendships. Spirits of wisdom, possessed of ancient knowledge, happy to share what they had seen. Spirits of purpose helped me search. Even wisps, curious and playful, would point out treasures.
I'm just talking to Solus so I can have like more
I don't know of any spirits
of
with
a
those names.
character bond with them.
They rarely seek this world. When they do, their natures do not often survive exposure to the people they encounter.
Alright, we talked to Sarah, we
Wisdom and
talked to
purpose,
Andrea, we
easily
talked
twisted
to
pride and
Iron
desire.
Bull, we talked to Colin, we talked to Blackwall, we talked to Josephine, we talked to we kind of talked to Cole, but you know, whatever.
You're saying that you became friends with pride and desire demons?
They were not demons for me.
Meaning?
The Fade reflects the minds of the living. If you expect a spirit of wisdom to be a pride demon, it will adapt. And if your mind is free of corrupting influences, if you understand the nature of the spirit, they can be fast friends.
I'm impressed that you could become friends with spirits.
Anyone who can dream has the potential. Few ever try. My friends comforted me in grief and shared my joy. Yet, because they exist without form, as we understand it, the Chantry declares that spirits are not truly people. Is Cassandra defined by her cheekbones and not her faith? Varric by his chest hair and not his wit?
I hadn't thought about it that way, but I see your point.
Thank you. Few are
I'm a very open warrior QUNARI. What have you studied?
You said you'd traveled to many different places.
This world, or its memory, is reflected in the Fade. Dream in ancient ruins, and you may see a city lost
So
to
obvious
history.
what's right here.
Some of my fondest memories were found in crumbling cities, long picked dry by treasure seekers. The best of the battlefields. Spirits press so tightly on the veil that you can slip across with but a thought.
Any place in particular?
I dreamt at Ostagar. I witnessed the brutality of the Darkspawn and the valor of the
Nice game.
Ferelden warriors. I saw Alistair and the hero Ferelden light the signal fire, and Logain's infamous betrayal of Kaelin's forces.
I've heard the stories. It would be interesting to hear what it was really
I
like.
shall do it.
That's just it. In the Fade, I see reflections created by spirits who react to the emotions of the warriors. One moment, I see heroic wardens lighting the fire, and a power-mad villain sneering as he lets King Kaelin fall. The next, I see an army overwhelmed and a veteran commander refusing to let more soldiers die in a lost cause.
And you can't tell which is real.
It is the Fade. They are all real.
That's cool. So he was the hero for Odin.
I grew up in a village to the north.
And Alistair light the signal
There was little to
fires.
interest a young man, especially one gifted.
And I miss playing
As I
Dragon
sat,
Age Origins because it was
spirits of
so
the Fade
fucking
showed me
fun.
glimpses of wonders I
Like,
had never
holy shit, I had so much fucking fun streaming that game. Even playing it was great.
Out of the Fade became trouble.
Fantastic. I made a dwarf noble. He's the heir of Iduken. He became a paragon. He became a he got his title back as the Iduken family. But I didn't make the Howermad as the king. And because you know Balin is her brother, basically, when you're playing as a noble dwarf. And I had 2 sons in the game in Origins. I had one dwarf son that kept the name and also is being raised in the Iduken family. In the game now, right now, he should be 10 years old. And then he had another son with Morgan. So he has 2 kids. My character has 2 kids in the first game, dude. But he left the first one, and then like he stayed with the second one.
Did spirits try?
But it's pretty cool though.
No more than a brightly colored fruit is deliberately tempting you to eat it. I learned how to defend myself from more aggressive spirits, and how to interact safely with the rest. I learned how to control my dreams with full consciousness. There was so much I wanted to explore.
I gather you didn't spend your entire life dreaming.
No. Eventually, I was unable to find new areas in the Fade.
Why?
2 reasons. First, the Fade reflects the world around it. Unless I
We'll do some more quests in after we do all these boring conversations.
And is limited by our imaginations.
So.
To find interesting areas, one must be interesting.
Is this why you joined the Inquisition?
I joined the Inquisition because we were all in terrible danger. If Corypheus destroyed the world, I would have nowhere to lay my head while dreaming of the Fade. Ah, Inquisitor, that is why I joined, not why I stayed.
I wish you luck.
Thank you. In truth, I've enjoyed experiencing more of life to find more of
Diabetes, Oath's friend.
You strengthen your body to deliver and withstand punishment. The muscles are an enjoyable side benefit. You have chosen a path whose steps you do not dislike because it leads to a destination you enjoy. As have I.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Interesting. Jeez, my camera is pretty weird. There we go. I think that's 10 times better. Yeah. Oh, there's Mother Gazelle.
Your worship. My Lord Inquisitor, it's good of you to speak with me. I have news regarding one of your companions, the Tevinter.
Has Dorian done something wrong?
No, thankfully. Nothing like that. I have been in contact with his family. House Pavas out of Carenas. Are you familiar with them?
He's mentioned his family. They don't appear to be on good terms.
Yes. I believe you're correct. The family sent a letter describing the estrangement from their son and pleading for my aid. They've asked to arrange a meeting quietly without telling him. They fear it's the only way he'll come. Since you seem to be on good terms with the young man, I'd hoped...
I'll see what I can do.
Bless you, Inquisitor. The family will send a retainer to meet the young man at the Red Cliff Tavern, to take him onward. If he truly does not wish this reunion, he can always end the matter there. I shall pray for your success and the young man's happiness. That's all we can hope for.
I just talked to I'm gonna tell Dorian about it. We could do it secretly, as she wanted me to. Which I could, which he would be very surprised, but I'm gonna just be honest with him and be like, hey man, it's gonna be important.
The Inquisition supports free mages. What's next? Elves running Hallam Sharal? Cows milking farmers?
I take it you don't agree.
On the contrary, I approve. Heartily. I do wonder if you've considered what this support of yours will do. For mages in general, I mean. The Inquisition is seen as an authority. You've given southern mages license to, well, be like mages back home.
What would be wrong with that exactly?
Nothing, at first. Thing is, the Imperium was once just like the South. Templars, proper circles, all that rot. Then it changed, by inches. Not that this is reason to oppress us. Still, my homeland should be a cautionary tale, not a source of inspiration.
I'd like to ask you about Tevinter.
God damn it.
Anything specific?
No.
That's all I wanted to know.
Fair enough.
Dorian, there's a letter you need to see.
A letter? Is it a naughty letter? A humorous proposal from some Antivan dowager?
Not quite. It's from your father.
From my father. I see. And what does Magister Hallward want, pray tell?
A meeting.
Show me this letter. I know my son? What my father knows of me would barely fill a thimble. This is so typical. I'm willing to bet this retainer is a henchman, hired to knock me on the head and drag me back to Tevinter.
You think your father would actually do that?
No, although I wouldn't put it past him. Let's go. Let's meet this so-called family retainer. If it's a trap, we escape and kill everyone. You're good at that. If it's not, I send the man back to my father with the message that he can stick his alarm in his wit's end.
There seems to be bad blood between you and your family.
Interesting turn of phrase. But you're correct. They don't care for my choices, nor I for theirs.
Because you wouldn't get married? Because you left?
That too.
Let's go meet this retainer then.
I wonder how much my father paid this man to wait around just in case I showed. We'll find out soon enough.
Alright, now we go we're into Redcliffe with Dorian. So that's what we're gonna do, baby. And then we'll do more of the other main quests. So let me save the game. Oh, it's fucking dialogue, dude. Holy fuck. Yes, I'm sure. Alright, word map. Oh, wait. Yes. And then we have Dorian, Sarah, and Iron Ball. Why not? I was really debating who to bring. I was like, Oh yeah, we had to meet Hawk and Shroud. Because Shroud is supposed to help us about Corythius and the Grey Wardens and all that stuff. So I am going to bring Blackwell with me because he is Grey Warden as well. So I think he deserves to know as well.
Let's take a look.
Why am I still wearing this outfit? Must be a bug.
Good day.
I'm supposed to be wearing my armor. This outfit is only supposed to appear once I'm in like the safe area of my castle. So it's kind of weird. I wonder if it's gonna disappear once we go inside the building.
Greetings, traveler.
And once we do this part, I am going to we are going to find out Shroud and Hawk afterwards. So yeah, I'm very excited though. My Hawk character is a male Hawk though. I was gonna play as a female Hawk, but I was like, nah.
Uh-oh, nobody's here. This doesn't bode well.
Dorian.
Father. So the whole story about the family retainer was just, what? A smokescreen?
Then you were told. I apologize for the deception, Inquisitor. I never intended for you to be involved.
Of course not. Magister Parvus couldn't come to Skyhold and be seen with the dread Inquisitor. What would people think? What is this exactly, Father? Ambush? Kidnapping? Warm family reunion?
This is how it has always been.
You went through all of this to get Dorian here. Talk to him.
Yes, Father. Talk to me.
Talk.
Let me hear how mystified you are by my anger.
Dorian, there's no need to.
I prefer the company of men. My father disapproves.
Oh, your dad is a he's against the gays. Why is it an issue?
That's a big concern in Tevinter, then?
Only if you're trying to live up to an impossible standard. Every Tevinter family is intermarrying to distill the perfect mage, perfect body, perfect mind, the perfect leader.
Sounds like Nazi shit, bro. What the
Every
fuck?
flaw, every aberration is deviant and shameful. It must be hidden.
Your father might be here to reach out. You could give him a chance.
Let's just go.
Dorian, please. If you'll only listen to me.
Why? So you can spout more convenient lies? He taught me to hate blood magic. The resort of the weak mind. Those are his words. But what was the first thing you did when your precious heir refused to play pretend for the rest of his life? You tried to change me.
I only wanted what was best for you.
You wanted the best for you. Your fucking legacy. Anything for that.
Don't leave it like this, Dorian. You'll never forgive yourself.
Tell me why you came.
If I knew, I would drive you to the Inquisition.
You didn't. I joined the Inquisition because it's the right thing to do. Once, I had a father who would have known that.
Once, I had a son who trusted me. A trust I betrayed. I only wanted to talk to him, to hear his voice again, to ask him to forgive me.
He says we're alike. Too much pride. Once I would have been overjoyed to hear him say that. Now I'm not certain. I don't know if I can forgive him.
Are you all right?
No, not really. Thank you for bringing me out there. It wasn't what I expected, but it's something. Maker knows what you must think of me now, after that whole display.
I think you're very brave.
Brave?
It's not easy to abandon tradition and walk your own path.
At any rate, time to drink myself into a stupor. It's been that sort of day. Join me sometime, if you've a mind.
I don't know what you think you're doing.
I'm being clucked at by a hen, evidently.
Don't play the fool with me, young man.
If I wanted to play the fool, I could be rather more convincing, I assure you.
Your glib tongue does you no credit.
You'd be surprised at the credit my tongue gets me, Your Reverence.
Oh, I
What's going on here?
It seems the revered mother is concerned about my undue influence over you.
It is just concern. Your worship, you must know how this looks.
You might need to spell it out, my dear.
This man is of Tevinter. His presence at your side, the rumors alone.
What's wrong with him being from Tevinter, specifically?
I'm fully aware that not everyone from the Imperium is the same.
How kind of you to
Racism.
notice. Yet still you bow to the opinion of the masses.
The opinion of the masses is based on centuries of evidence. What would you have me tell them?
The truth?
The truth is I do not know you, and neither do they. Thus, these rumors will continue.
There's no cause for concern, Your Reverence.
With all due respect,
You okay, Bubba?
you underestimate the effect this man has on the people's good opinion.
QUNARI and Tevinter.
Do the people know how he's helped the Inquisition?
See, I meant no disrespect, Inquisitor, only to ask after this man's intentions. If you feel he is without ulterior motive, then I humbly beg forgiveness of you both.
Someone's racism against Tevinter people, because they're very like Nazi-like. Because they use blood magic. They have a lot of fucking slaves. They still own slaves. Ferelden and Orlais don't. Well, I think Ferelden don't have slaves. Orlais kind of does, but not really. And then Tevinter, yes. So
she didn't get to you, did she?
No. It takes more to get to me than